In this video, we continue our discussion on design of bolted connections, part 2. Okay, the next topic here in the design of bolt. Design bearing strength. Design bearing strength of plate and bolt. So far we have discussed about design shear strength of the bolt. So here it is a design bearing strength of both plate and bolt. So for both plate and bolt, the same formula. So now the design shear bearing strength, let us see, the design bearing strength of plate and bolt is equal to, we know what is the format of writing the strength, or what is the formula for writing the strength. So strength is nothing but stress into area. Okay, so the area under which that effect is going. So now here the bearing strength. So bearing strength, what is the area that is undergoing bearing? Of course, in our previous classes we have seen in detail what is the bearing area. So bearing area is, projected bearing area is a rectangle. So if you take this as a bolt, so upon pressing, so finally it will become rectangle. So rectangle means this length, or you can say the thickness into dia. Clear or not? So rectangular area, that is the area in bearing. So bearing into stress, and that too this is a limit state. So there exists one factor. So the upon using this, the final formula is going to be like 2.5 kb. So this is the factor. And Fu. See, if it is for plate, we have to use simply Fu. But if it is for bolt, we have to use FUB. So that depends by factor of safety for bolt. So this is the permissible stress into area, D into T. So this is the design bearing strength of both plate and bolt. Okay, so now what are the terms here? 2.5 into kb is a factor, and Fu or Fb. Okay, Fu or Fub. So Fu is the ultimate tensile strength of a steel, and Fub is the ultimate tensile strength of a bolt. And we know that 1.25 is a factor of safety. Clear? So it is a factor of safety for a bolt. And then D into T is the area. So simply stress into area. But it is a limit state method, so we have to use one factor. Why? Because why we always use the one factor in a limit state method only? The reason is, in limit state method, the stresses developed in the material because of external applied loads are more. Okay, very high. So very high stress are going to develop. So because of that, we have to take some factors, be it a reduction factor, whatever it may be, but we have to use the factor. So now let us come to the terms in this formula. Clear? So first the known unknown term here is kb. So simply kb is a mathematical term. So it depends upon some factors. So what are those factors? Let us see. Kb. So is a factor minimum of. So it is a minimum of some terms. So what are those terms? Let us see. E by 3dh, comma P by 3dh point minus 0.25, comma FUB by FU, comma 1. So out of all these, whichever is the minimum, that comes out to be the kb value. So that we have to take as a kb value. So out of this, what are those? E by 3dh, this is one term, and P by 3dh minus 0.25, and Fu by Fu, and 1. So out of these, whichever is the minimum, so that is the value of kb. Clear? So now let us see the terms in this expression. So E by 3, so E, first of all, E is nothing but end distance. E is nothing but end distance. We know what is end distance. See, in the beginning of this design of bolted connection itself, we have discussed in detail the terms, terminology, and then specifications. Clear? So end distance. End distance is the distance between the rivet hole to the nearest edge in the direction of the force. Clear? And P is a pitch. This also we have discussed. So this is the center to center distance between two bolts or rivets in the direction of force. And then DH. So I guess you know what is DH. DH is die of the hole, bolt hole. Die of the bolt hole. Okay, so regarding these die of the bolt hole and pitch and end distances. So regarding all these three, we have discussed the provisions. Okay, in detail, the provisions related to these edge distance and pitch and die of the bolt hole. We have discussed all the provisions in detail. Clear? So this is a term next FUB. So it is the ultimate tensile strength of, so UTS, ultimate tensile strength of bolt. And FU is for steel. Means structural steel, UTS. Simply written on UTS. So ultimate tensile strength of steel. Clear these other terms. And coming to D. So D is the dia of the bolt. And then T is the thickness. Thickness of bolt. Sorry, thickness of the plate. So actually it is a minimum thickness. Minimum thickness. So if it is a lap joint or single cover butt joint, so we know that lap joint is nothing but what is lap joint? So lap joint is nothing but these are the two members. If these two members are connected like this is the lap joint. So here there exist only two connecting members, be it a plate or whatever it may be. So out of these two members, which member is having the minimum thickness, that thickness we have to consider in this formula T. Clear? And what is the single cover butt joint? So these two members are there. So these two members are placed end on end, and then by using one cover plate we are going to connect. So here also obviously mostly these two members will have same thickness and cover plate will have some other thickness. So out of these two, main member and cover plate, so whichever is having minimum thickness, so that thickness we have to take. So simple in lap joint and single cover butt joint. But coming to double cover butt joint, how to take? So if you observe double cover butt joint, we are having two cover plates and one main members. Agree or not? So two main members back to back like this or end on end like this, and two cover plates at top and bottom. So in double cover butt joint, this T should be taken as sum of the thickness of the two cover plates and the thickness of the main member. So out of these two, whichever is minimum, that thickness should be taken here. Agree? See, all these things, this is a theory, or we are discussing the procedure. But if we solve one problem, so everything will be clear to you. Agree or not? So if we solve one problem, so in problem we are going to see in detail how to use these formulas and how to evaluate these values into problem. Okay. First, as of now, so you take this formula and you understand this. So as I said previously, we discussed about the shear strength. So there also, if we see the shear strength formula, design shear strength of the bolt formula, so it is a very lengthy, but we have simplified it and we have seen in detail all the reduction factors there. Here also, this is the bearing strength of plate and bolt. So for both the same formula. So these are the terms that are involved here. So first you understand it. Okay, first you understand it. Later in solving the question, you understand it much detailedly or more clearly. You'll understand when if once we solve the problem. Okay, if once we solve one numerical, then everything will be clear to you. So once again I repeat regarding this thickness. So if it is a lap and single cover butt joint, T is nothing but minimum thickness. But coming to the double cover butt joint, so there we are having two cover plates and one main plate. So out of these two, so we have to take summation of the thickness of the two cover plates and thickness of the main plate. So out of these two, whichever is minimum, that one we have to take. Clear? So as we indicated, so here I am writing for double cover butt joint. So for lap joint and single cover butt joint, okay, for lap joint and single cover butt joint, T is equal to Tm comma Tc. So Tm is the thickness of the main member and Tc is the thickness of the cover. So minimum of this. Okay, minimum of this. for double cover butt joint. T is equal to 2C or TM, whichever is minimum. For double cover butt joint, so we have to add the thickness of the two cover plates. Okay, and then thickness of the main member or main plate. So out of these two, whichever is minimum, that is taken as a T. So this is about the bearing, design bearing strength of the plate and bolt. So take it down. Okay, so this is about the so far we have discussed about design shear strength of a bolt and design bearing strength of a plate and bolt. The next, okay, the next is design tensile strength of a bolt. See, this is an exceptional case. So wherever the bolted connection is there, in all those cases there exists shear and bearing. Okay, it means in all those connections bolt is subjected to shear and bearing, no doubt. But this is an not exceptional case, but this is not as familiar of shear and bearing. It means as familiar of means, so mostly the bolt is subjected to shear and bearing, but tensions, a bolt subjected to tension only in some cases, not in all the cases. That is why we are going to say this is an exceptional case or rare one. So in bracket you written if exists. So if at all bolt is subjected to the tension, then only we have to find out the design tensile strength of the bolt, or else no need. Simply go for design strength of bolt in shear and design strength of bolt in bearing. That's it. So as we discussed, mainly the bolts in bolted connection are subjected to shear and bearing. So that is the regular kind of phenomena or effects that bolts are subjected to. But this is not a regular kind of effect that bolts are subjected to. So this is this can be observed only in some cases. Clear? So what is that strength? What is the design tensile strength of bolt? Let us see. Design tensile strength of bolt. So we know that the strength formula for writing strength is simply permissible stress into area. So this is the stress into A and B. Okay, permissible stress into area. So that is the net area of bolt. What is the net area of bolt? So what is the net area of bolt? So net area of bolt means we have to take the area of bolted threaded portion. So what is its area? Net area. Of course we have discussed it, but still, come on, how much it is? So net area of bolt is 0.78 into shank area. So what is the shank area? Shank area is nothing but simply pi by 4 d square. So A and B is equal to 0.78 pi by 4 d. So this is the design tensile strength of the bolt. Regarding this design tensile strength of plate, I will explain in detail in design of tension members. Okay, as of now, you simply remember whenever we are supposed to find out the strength of a bolted connection, then we have to first find out design tensile strength, design shear strength of bolt, design bearing strength of bolt and plate, and design tensile strength of bolt if exists, and design tensile strength of plate. So regarding this, as I said, regarding this design tensile strength of plate, we'll discuss in design of tension members in detail. Okay, so as of now, it is not our topic. So in these bolted connections, so in the design of tension members, we'll discuss in detail how to calculate the design tensile strength of a plate. Agree? So there exist some cases there. Like, so we are going to design a tension member in 3 criteria, or based on 3 criteria, we are going to design. So those are gross section yielding, net section rupture, and block shear failure. So all these things I will explain, so don't worry. So all these things we are going to discuss in design of tension members. Okay. So now these are the design tensile strengths. So what are the, so these are the design strengths. So what are the design strengths that we have discussed so far? Design shear strength of bolt, and design bearing strength of bolt, and design bearing strength of plate, and then design bearing strength, tensile strength of bolt if exists. So as we discussed, that is not a regular kind of effect that takes place in bolt. and then design tensile strength of plate. So these are the design strength that we have discussed so far in bolted connection, design of bolted connection. So out of this, now you tell me what is considered as a design strength of bolted connection. What is, come on, tell me. So what is considered as a design strength of bolted connection? So as we know, and of course we have discussed in detail so many times and number of times also, strength is nothing but internal phenomena. Agree or not? So it means, so always what is the safety format we are going to follow in limit state? Underestimate the internal effects and overestimate the external effect. So in other terms, you can say probable maximum load and probable minimum strength. So that is the safety format in limit state. As in other words, as we discussed, so what is that? Underestimate the internal effects and overestimate the external effects. That is why if you see the factor of safeties, so load we have multiplied with the load factor, but the stress or strength we have divided with one factor, that is known as partial factor of safety, and the load was the factor with which we have multiplied load is known as load factor. Agree or not? So the load is the external effect, that is why we are increasing it. So probable maximum load, and here stress is its internal strength or internal property, its resistive property. So we have decreased it. That is why we are going to divide it with 1.1 or 1.25 or 1.5. That depend upon situation and type of effect. Agree or not? So in the same way, so to find out the design strength of bolted connection, so out of all these strengths, okay, out of all these strengths, what we have discussed so far, so in out of all these strengths, we have to take the minimum. Okay, out of all the strengths, what we have discussed so far, we have to take the minimum of those. That is known as design strength of bolted connection. Clear? So design strength of bolted connection. Design strength of bolted connection. So the design strength of bolted connection is nothing but it is a minimum of VDS. Okay, design strength of bolt. So this is the design shear strength of bolt, and this is design bearing strength of plate and bolt, and this is design tensile strength of bolt. So this is if exists. So this is not a general case. So in bracket written if exists. If exists. And then so out of all these it means design shear strength of bolt and design bearing strength of plate and bolt, and then design tensile strength of bolt and design tensile strength of plate. Out of all these, whichever is minimum, that is considered as a strength of bolted connection. So take it down. So we are going to represent the strength of bolted connection like this. Okay, strength of bolted connection. So this is minimum of all this. So I ignore that. So ignore this. Why? Because this is exists only in some cases. So simply minimum of. So design strength of bolted connection is the minimum of all. Okay. So next. So the next is design bolt strength. Design bolt strength. So previously we have discussed design strength of the bolted joint. So it means bolted joint consists of bolts and connecting members. So out of these, whichever is minimum, we have to take that. But here we are going to see only bolt. So bolt strength is nothing but design bolt strength is nothing but minimum strength of bolt. So what are the bolt strength that we are going to calculate here? Come on, tell me. So what are the bolt strength that we are going to calculate? So we are going to calculate the design shear strength of bolt and design bearing strength of bolt and design tensile strength of bolt if exists. So out of all these three, so I can say in out of these three, whichever is minimum, that is going to be taken as a design bolt strength. So design bolt strength. So take it as represent with a value of bolt value BV. or bolt strength. So this is the minimum of V. So design shear strength of bolt. So design bearing strength of bolt. Design tensile strength of bolt. So this if exists. So this is not in a general case. Okay. So it may. So this is a rare case. So if exists. So out of these, whichever is known, that is considered as a design bolt strength. So we also call it as bolt value. Clear? So take it down. Next. So next is efficiency of the joint. Efficiency of a bolted joint or simply joint. Efficiency of a bolted joint or joint. So we represent with neta. So neta is equal to, it is a ratio of, efficiency is nothing but it is a ratio of strength of the, you can say design strength, not simply strength, design strength of joint. Design strength of joint. So what is design strength of joint? Come on, tell me what is the design strength of joint? So design strength of joint is minimum of design strength of bolt in shear and bearing and tension if exists, and design strength of plate in bearing and tension. So out of all these strengths, whichever is minimum, that is considered as a design strength of joint. But coming to the design bolt strength is nothing but minimum of shear strength, design shear strength of bolt, design bearing strength of bolt, and design tensile strength of bolt. So it means if we said only bolt, then we have to consider the strength of bolts only. But if we said bolted joint or simply joint or connection, then we have to consider the connecting member strength also. So here the design strength of bolt, design strength of joint means, so we have to take minimum of design strength of bolt in shear, bearing and tension, and design strength of connecting member in bearing and tension. That's it. Agree? So that is the design strength of joint. And then, so it is a ratio of design strength of the joint to the design strength of main member. Main member or main plate. So if we express it in a percentage, so we have to multiply with 100. So this is the strength. Okay, clear. So take it down. So these are the concepts regarding the design of bolted connections. Okay. So far we have seen terminologies, provisions, and then design. So types of failures. After that we have discussed the design. Okay. So how to design those bolted connections in those aspects where they are going to fail. So this is about the theory, you can say. So this is about the concepts, theory or concepts. So as I said, if you solve some numericals, then you understand these concepts very clearly. So with much clarity, you are going to understand. Okay, with much clarity, you are going to understand all these concepts, whatever we have discussed so far regarding the design of bolted connections.